Today's video starts with a stone obelisk, which unfortunately has been defaced with some spray paint. This is the demarcation point where 3 U.S. states meet. Those U.S. states are Kansas, Oklahoma, and Missouri. This marker was constructed in 1938 as part of FDR's New Deal, the Workers' Progress Administration. The marker is accessible from a gravel road in between the downstream casino and an interchange with Interstate 44. There have been a number of people that have visited this monument in the 10 minutes or so that I've been here. Next to the obelisk is this marker that rests on the precise tri-point among Oklahoma, Kansas, and Missouri. This plaque was added in 2004 and mentions the date each state was added to the Union. Missouri was added in 1821, Kansas in 1861, and Oklahoma in 1907. This note about the 3-state corner says the point was established in 1857 when a survey expedition established what would be the state and territorial lines. I'm here fairly early in the morning, so I'm very surprised at the amount of traffic flowing in and out of this area. It's like people had this tri-state point on their bucket list for today. Anyway, it's time to make my way to the Show Me State, Missouri. And not far from the obelisk is the Welcome Center. At this point, I'm about 10 miles west of Joplin, give or take. Sometimes the Welcome Centers have more than just the standard smelly bathrooms. Some have free coffee or soda. Others have some interesting trivia on the state to which you've just entered. This is an awesome looking wall filled with old license plates, and there are some pictures along with it. If you look closely, those pictures are arranged to spell out Joplin. This is really creative, and as an artist, I really appreciate this. This is kind of cute also. This looks like a highway worker made out of highway cones.
Hey guys, it's Emily. Welcome everyone! Starting day 4 of my road trip through the center of the US. The weather is getting much better, clearer skies, and much milder temperatures. It's gonna be another great day. Let's go!
Let's check out a map of where are we headed today. I'm roughly following the Interstate 44/Route 66 track across Missouri, but heading to places that I haven't been previously, trying to avoid the dreaded M-Pete. Basically, this is a drive starting in Joplin and ending the evening in St. Louis. I started the day at one obelisk, and then at Mount Vernon I'm at another that towers over this TA travel center. That thing is huge! Look at how small those big rigs are driving behind this marker. The marker is 66 feet tall as an homage to Route 66. This is a new roadside attraction along the Mother Road, having been built in March 2023. Each side of the obelisk shows the distance from various major cities across the US and also along Route 66. I'll see Springfield and St. Louis later today. In the 2 directions shown on the marker, I've been to every city except for International Falls, Minnesota. I've been Minneapolis and Omaha on this very road trip. And in the 6+ years of long-form vlogging, I've featured all of those cities except for Bangor, Fargo, and International Falls. On the other side, facing in the northern direction, I've been to all those cities also, and I remember one of my early videos seeing filming locations in Los Angeles, and I've filmed in all those cities except for Albuquerque. I look closer to the obelisk, and look at how many light receptacles are needed to light this thing up at night. Apparently the obelisk and the travel center it's next to both open in 2023. The obelisk is also an homage to similar obelisks and distance markers found along the Ozark Trail. Starting in 1913, the Ozark Trail Association constructed 20-foot-tall obelisks to connect cities together and for, quote, promoting the happiness of the people and the progress of the country through which a system of good roads passes. Only 6 of those obelisks remain, but Rem Wilmoth and his family built this giant one. It measures 66 feet tall, 30 feet wide at the base, and 8 feet wide at the top. If you want to see this obelisk, or if you need to get some gas or some drinks or snacks, take exit 46 off Interstate 44. This is a brand new travel center and roadside attraction along Route 66. Alright, let's move on. Continuing east on Interstate 44 and taking exit 84, just east of Springfield, and getting on Beaver Road. What could be on Beaver Road? It's something new, it's something big, it's somewhere I've been before. Oh yeah, it's a brand new Buc-ee's on the right. It's the very first Buc-ee's location in the state of Missouri. This location opened on December 11, 2023, with all the fanfare that I saw when a location opened in Alabama not long ago. This is the 24th Buc-ee's location I've been to, and you know I'll be getting a t-shirt. Anyway, ever since this location opened, it's been very busy. Everyone is crazy about the brisket and the fudge, and the cinnamon rolls, and of course the beaver nuggets. I cannot believe this is the 24th Buc-ee's location. I was gonna go to 2 more in Texas, but I had to take my route to see the eclipse. This is the shirt I'm getting. It has the Springfield, Missouri text on it. It's also a really nice rose color, and thankfully they have shirts in all different sizes. Lots of the great stuff here. This is Missouri's happy place. The rodent himself, Buc-ee the Beaver, is here to greet people so they can get a fun pic in front of the truck. Look at these giant cinnamon rolls. Their cookies are delicious. I might get some. Lots of different flavors of fudge. That's really delicious also. Look at all the brisket sandwiches. The picture back here has fresh brisket on the board. Buc-ee's has many different flavors of popcorn and yogurt covered pretzels. I may get some of those too. They have nutty bites, which look like pecan brittle. I've had this before, it's very good. And if one shelf of cinnamon rolls and cookies and fudge wasn't enough, here's another. I had no idea Buc-ee's made their own tortillas. This is part of the reason why their burritos and wraps are so good, the fresh tortillas. Lots of sandwiches, salads, and containers of fruit to choose from. And of course, the wall of war famous turkey. They have lots of different flavors, but watch out, some flavors have MSG. I only got a couple of snacks for later, and no brisket sandwiches since I'm going somewhere for lunch. But before I leave, I need to get some gas at one of their 120 fuel pumps. Current price for regular is just $2.79 a gallon. That's a very good price, about 30 to 40 cents cheaper than anywhere else. Here's a shirt to add to my Buc-ee shirt collection. I'm pretty hungry and luckily the restaurant is just 10 minutes away. Now in Ozark, Missouri at Lambert's. This calls itself the home of the thrilled rolls because in this restaurant, the servers don't place the rolls on the table, they throw them at you. Seriously. It's a very big restaurant and it's very popular. There's a line outside and we have to wait about 30 minutes for our table to be ready. But I heard this is a really good place, so 30 minutes is definitely worth the wait. There are 3 Lambert's locations. This one, another in Sykeston, in the southeastern tip of the state, and one in Foley, Alabama. We're just about ready to be seated. I checked on the menu while I waited, and I'm looking forward to having a really great meal. Here's the guy that serves these gigantic rolls. These aren't teeny tiny dinner rolls. They're dense and heavy and delicious. They offer sorghum syrup to put on top of the rolls. The sorghum is less sour than the Georgia version. They have a typical comfort food menu that is common in the South, such as meatloaf, chicken pot pie, chicken gizzards, and fried chicken. They also have steak, ribs, catfish, shrimp, plus all-you-can-eat rolls and fried okra. All-you-can-eat macaroni and tomatoes, black-eyed peas, and fried potatoes and onions. Those are all called the pass-arounds. They have lots of great sides, like baked potatoes, green beans, applesauce, yams, carrots, and potato salad, plus some extra special sides for an upcharge. They also have sandwich plates, which include a side veggie. They also have salads and dumplings. For dessert, they have cheesecake or cobbler. To drink, they have Pepsi products. The drinks are served in these large plastic tumblers. I think they hold 32 ounces. Lambert's opened their first location in Sykeston in 1942. They started the tradition of throwing rolls in 1977 on a busy day, and a customer said to throw a roll at him. And here's what we got. It's more than what we typically eat for lunch, but it's been about 7 hours since we ate breakfast. I got the chicken and dumplings with a side of corn and green beans. Mama got the fried catfish, black-eyed peas without the Fergie, some cornbread, and mashed potatoes. Joe Della went carnivore and got the 16-ounce prime rib with a side of green beans and mashed potatoes. Everything looks really good, but those rolls were very dense, so our stomachs were not as empty as they were. For the most part, we enjoyed our meals. The black-eyed peas didn't have much flavor, but I really enjoyed the dumplings and Dada loved the prime rib. The rolls are delicious, with or without the sorghum. I would love to go back to Lambert someday, but for now, I'm heading to a more remote part of Missouri so I can be at the center of everything. And the center of everything is in Hartville, Missouri. Population is just 594 people as of the 2020 census, and is the home of the Eagles. I'm at the city park, which overlooks Castledore Lake. It's a beautiful day, not too warm and not too cold, and no clouds in the sky. There are a few people that have their boats out on the lake. I think some of those people on their boats are doing some fishing. But I'm not here to do any boating or fishing. I'm in Hartville because as of the 2020 census, the city was designated the center of the population for the United States. This commemorative marker was unveiled by the U.S. Census Bureau in 2022, just after it was determined that the sun was the closest to the mean center of the population. This is the 5th decade the center of the population has been located in Missouri. This marker sets the geodetic mark designates Hartville as the 2020 center of the population. The Census Bureau uses GPS equipment and something called the National Spatial Reference System to determine where the exact center of the population is. The population of the country is gradually moving in a west-southwestern direction as more of the population resides in southern and southwestern states. In 2010, the center of the population was in the town of Plato, which is only about 30 miles from Hartville, so it's likely the center of the population will stay in Missouri for many more decades to come. Alright, let's head to my next stop. Now in the city of Marshfield, Missouri, and I'm at the downtown square. The city is part of the Springfield metropolitan area. The population of Marshfield is about 7,500 and is the home of the Blue Jays. This crosswalk even has a Route 66 Missouri shield in the middle of the road. I'm really surprised I haven't stopped here before. Check out this awesome painted mural in front of me. On the left, I mentioned the school mascot for Marshfield is the blue jay. Then a grave marker in remembrance of those who shaped this community. Then I see the 1880 tornado, something referencing the 130th, or 66th shield, what looks like a scene out of Star Wars, and a scribe noting famous people from here. In the center is a picture of Missouri and a star where Webster County is, of which Marshfield is the county seat. Here's the presidential seal, which references the 1991 Independence Day parade in which George Bush, the elder, participated. Upon closer inspection, that looks like a large telescope in front of the moon. And here's a scribe with the famous people on it: John F. McMahon, Edward Hubble, Carl and Glessy Young, and Del Massey. I want to focus on Edward Hubble, who was born here in 1889 and was a famed astronomer. Hubble provided evidence of other galaxies and nebulae besides the Milky Way, and that the universe is expanding. Hubble's scientific contributions were honored when his name was given to a space telescope, which was proposed for many years before finally taking orbit in 1990. Our proof of the telescope is placed in front of the county courthouse. The Hubble telescope was designed to be maintained and upgraded from space. This is a pretty nice replica, so if you have any interest in space or NASA, this is a good stop for you. Here's a marker noting Hubble's achievements in astronomy, and the telescope named for him was launched on Space Shuttle Discovery on April 24, 1990. When the Hubble was placed into orbit, its mirror was not installed correctly, so the images were not very clear. However, a subsequent Space Shuttle mission in 1993 reinstalled the mirror, and since then, the telescope has captured many sharp images and can capture objects from 13.4 billion light-years away. Today, many missions involving the Hubble Space Telescope study the formation of galaxies, the prevalence of black holes, and better estimate the age of the universe, which has been determined to be 13.7 billion years. Some of the pictures of nebulae that the Hubble has taken are truly amazing. You should do a Google search and check this out. One of the most popular is the Horsehead Nebula in the Orion constellation. The Hubble telescope was only expected to have a 15-year lifespan, but it's still going strong after 35 years, but it is in need of repairs. Since the Space Shuttle program was discontinued in 2009, there have been no missions to repair the Hubble, but it's possible there may be a SpaceX mission at the end of the 2020s to repair and upgrade the Hubble. It's amazing how Edwin Hubble's legacy is studying the origins and farthest reaches of the galaxy lives on through that amazing telescope. Anyway, time to continue eastbound on Interstate 44 to my next destination. Off exit 118 is the world's largest gift store. I've been here a few times. They have lots of everything in here, from toys to souvenirs to games, and have things to decorate your home with. Lots of billboards on the way, and here's the last one. It says welcome, and I have 0 miles left. There's so much here, and I have some time to look around. They have lots of plush animals everywhere, including these cats that seem to have crazy eyes. There are tons of puzzles here, any subject, any number of puzzle pieces. Look over here at the Disney puzzles. These have 1,500, even 2,000 pieces. They have many pop figures, maybe ones that you've been looking for. There's an endless supply of small plush toys. I'm looking for something for my best friend, and I'm sure she'll love whatever I get her. I won't get her this Grinch doll, however. They really do have everything, like toy trucks and airplanes, some alphabet puzzles for very young kids, and little signs that can be hung up. Look at all these dream catchers, many different designs of them. Many different small flags that you would hang on your mailbox. Looks like dozens of different designs and sayings. They have many different colors and designs of shirts over here. And on the other side, all sorts of bear ornaments and trinkets, even bear coffee mugs. And they have the vehicle used in the 1950s TV show I Love Lucy. Looks like they took away all the I Love Lucy signage though. This is a blue 1940 Cadillac. I've never seen the show, but apparently this was the car they owned. More coffee mugs, wall decorations, cowboy hats, and figurines over here. I guess this is the frog section, lots of frog themed stuff. Spring around here, there's even more shirts, and beyond that are more wall decorations that say love or have a clever quote. They have a good selection of pajamas. Look at the cat one. Check me out. Yeah, many shelves back here filled with many sizes and styles of pajamas. Here's a Redmond shirt. It kind of looks like the same font and style as a Buc-ee shirt. Also a large selection of knee-like socks with your favorite products stitched in. Also characters such as SpongeBob SquarePants. And also looks like kid-sized socks here. Some caution signs and front license plates, and some other signs here as well. Big selection of tumblers, short and tall coffee mugs. A good choice of these small handheld games like Uno and checkers. And finally, items for the St. Louis Cardinals or Blues and the Kansas City Chiefs. Awesome stop. I got some stuff for my friend, and 45 miles later, I'm returning to another shopping attraction that is billed as the end of Route 66. That's right, I'm headed back to Uranus. And there's storm damage here. The big green sign has been knocked down by a recent bad storm, but not only that, the muffler man decorated as the mayor of Uranus has lost his head. I read that I did find the head about 500 feet away, but it's in really bad shape and needs to be reconstructed. So the popular quote on what happened is, well, man loses his head in Uranus. Yeah, get used to it. This place is a treasure trove of those kind of puns. There's no timetable on when the mayor gets his head reattached. He's running for election in 2024, so vote early and vote often in Uranus. So let's head over to the general store and get some of my favorite popcorn, and then let's see if there's anything else new or interesting in Uranus. This looks new. There's painted mural on the side of the building. It shows the route of Route 66 going from Santa Monica, California to Chicago, Illinois. But on the right, between Springfield and St. Louis, there's a big rocket launching from Uranus. It gets a lot worse. I never noticed the sign that says Uranus Ice Cream Company. It says the ice cream is homemade and hand-dipped. Oh my. There's another directional marker showing the distances to other great Route 66 attractions, such as the Blue Whale and the Jackrabbit Trading Post. But if you've wondered where the end of Route 66 is, you've arrived right here in Uranus. My favorite popcorn is in the Uranus Fudge Factory and General Store. When entering, all the workers yell, "Welcome to Uranus." In this back room, they have lots of shirts, but behind that, Uranus liquors. If you don't like really bad jokes involving your posterior, unlike my data, maybe this isn't the place for you. There's a Stuckey's about 15 miles east of here. But Uranus has a great selection of taffy and other candy. You fill up a bag and pay for it by the pound. I will say the fudge is very good. Too good. I'll let you read what's on a box of pint glasses. I didn't know Uranus has a vineyard. Sweet cheeks, full mood. Oh god. tidy whitey. They have a model train along the top of the store here also. I've seen a number of places that include Lamberts that have this train. The work smudges are number 2 because our customers are number 1. The new Uranus had its own water source. A little pricey though, a small bottle is $2. Alright, I got my popcorn and a little fudge, so it's time to check out. As you leave, the nice people say thanks for picking Uranus, and this alien has his eclipse glasses on, total eclipse in just 2 days. He has a marker that states 1964, a marital argument was won by the husband. I don't believe it. Another humor here isn't everyone's cup of tea, but if you like these kinds of jokes, this place is for you. There's a backup on Interstate 44, so I'm taking Route 66 as a detour. This is one of the first instances of drilling into a hill to place a straight road inside the cut, way back in the 1940s. I'm not sure it was the best decision to drive behind this truck. The cows are pissing and crapping all out the back and it's getting on my car. But since I'm here, bourbon! And now I can't get away since there's some traffic and I can't pass him. I may need to take this through the car wash tonight. Bourbon! I did eventually get around the Pissmobile. And now I'm in St. Clair, where I finally answered one of life's great mysteries. Where does the cold water and hot water come from? Look at those water towers. The city had 2 water towers next to each other, so it's pretty clever they put a cold label on one of them and a hot label on the other. I'm kinda zoomed in pretty good, but this is the best place I could get these hot and cold water towers in this neighborhood. I bet a lot of people drive in here to get some fun pics. Here's another vantage point on a different road, and only the tops of the water towers are visible. Not as good a picture as it was from either I-44 or from that neighborhood. Alright, let's move on. At exit 274, take a look on the left. There's one place I for sure will not go. Wally's. I tried them twice. I'll never go there again. My final stop of the day is at the Lambert Sculpture Park in St. Louis. This is a very large park where kids play, but there's something very, very large and very, very creepy that I'm here to see. Take a look at this very realistic, very large eyeball. This eyeball has all the blood vessels showing, which makes it extra creepy. This blue eyeball is 7 feet tall and was created by artist Tony Tessett in 2007. Let's get up really close for my vast viewing audience. This is so weird how realistic the blue iris blends in with the pupil. Now walking around and look at all those blood vessels. Maybe this eyeball came from a giant person. There are many interesting sculptures in this park, but since the sun is set and the park is about to close, I only have enough time to see this eyeball. It's actually pretty dark out, but the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is doing a great job bringing light in. And thank goodness, because it's really bringing out the weird in this eyeball sculpture. The Lambert Sculpture Park is not far from the interchange of Interstates 44 and 270. Come take a look at the big eyeball for yourself.
And that's it for day 4 of my spring road trip. I hope you enjoyed all the jokes from Uranus. On my next video, I'll go to Illinois, where I'll take a look at places I haven't been, including scoping out a place to see the total eclipse. But you'll see that next time. Thanks for watching! Bye!